This is TOS Television, your digital first Pan-African news network. I'm Adesi Wasuyi, and this is Africa Now. In line with the organization's growth strategy, Twitter on Monday announced they are actively building a team to host its Africa headquarters in Ghana. This, they said, is to serve public conversation, and it's essential to increase the number of people who feel comfortable participating in it. Ghana was chosen because it is seen as a champion for democracy, a supporter of free speech, online freedom, and the open internet. Furthermore, Ghana's recent appointments to host the Secretariat of the African Continental Free Trade Area aligns with Twitter's overarching goal, the social media giant said. Ghana's President Nana Akufo-Addo, reacting to the news in a tweet, said the choice of Ghana as headquarters for Twitter Africa operations is excellent news. Government and Ghanaians welcome very much this announcement and the confidence reposed in our country. This is the start of a beautiful partnership between Twitter and Ghana, which is critical for the development of Ghana's hugely important tech sector, he added. In politics, 2 months after the appointment of Congo's Prime Minister Sama Lukonde, President Felix Tshisekedi has named his first cabinet, majority of who are young people. It is a team of 56 ministers, 41 men and 15 women. He, however, retained some ministers like former governor of North Kivu, Julien Paluku. Jean-Lucien Bassa has been retained in the External Trade Ministry. Jose Mpanda and Augustin Kibasa will continue heading scientific research and telecommunications and new technology of information and communication ministries, respectively. The new cabinet will have to be vetted by the National Assembly before the presentation of the Prime Minister's government's programs. The new team, called the Warriors by President Tshisekedi, is tasked with reviving the Congolese economy. It is also expected to address insecurity, particularly in the eastern provinces of the Democratic Republic of Congo. Somalia's lower house of parliament's decision on Monday to extend the presidential term and that of the federal parliament by 2 years has been rejected by opposition leaders and the regional states of Jubaland and Puntland, as well as the country's Senate. Jubaland state government said the parliament's move was a setback to the region rebuilding the country's governance. A spokesperson for Portland's president, Denny, tweeted that it was an illegal move by the out-of-mandate lower house. Former Somali Prime Minister Hassan Ali Kaire, in a tweet, said the president will solely be held responsible for what happens or will happen. On the other hand, President Farmajo praised the decision and called on the Somali people to take advantage of the opportunity and participate in the country's political process. The Chadian army has said a group of Libya-based rebels attacked the Chadian border posts in the north of the country on Sunday as polling stations began counting votes from the weekend presidential election. A group of heavily armed vehicles crossed the border from Libya and attacked the border post at around 6 p.m. on Sunday. Government spokesman Sharif Mohammed Zene said in a statement, "The Front for Change and Concord in Chad, FACT, a political military group founded by dissident army officers in 2016, claimed responsibility for the attack and disputed the government's portrayal. FACT, like opposition politicians and rights groups in Chad, accused President Deby of repression surrounding the election. The army on Monday said that steps had been taken to neutralize the incursion. On COVID-19 vaccination development, Africa has struggled to acquire coronavirus vaccines and imports the vast majority of its medicines and medical equipment, leaving it at the mercy of overseas supply. A virtual conference by the Center for Disease Control of the African Union themed Africa's vaccine manufacturing for health security on Monday aimed to solve the issue of vaccine production on the continent. Continental leaders and international health officials said Africa must expand vaccine manufacturing to combat the COVID-19 pandemic and future health emergencies, including by forging partnerships to boost expertise and investment.
The challenge that many African countries face is that the supply of vaccines is currently too slow to meet our needs. Our immediate task, therefore, is to secure sufficient vaccine doses for African countries through the African Vaccine Acquisition Task Team. We will also need capacity building in the form of skills and knowledge transfer to ensure that we can sustain local manufacturing on the continent. We must strengthen our ability to both respond to future health emergencies and to achieve health security for the people.
World Trade Organization Director General Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala said it was morally unconscionable and a serious economic hit that just 1.1 per 100 Africans had received a vaccine, while in North America, the rate was over 40 per 100. To boost growth, trade and livelihoods, we need to get vaccines to everyone who needs them, she said. This is your digital first Pan-African news network, TOS Television. You're watching Africa Now. Stories on Libya, Turkey maritime deal, and more after the break. Do stay tuned. Welcome back. Turkey and Libya are now committed to a 2019 maritime demarcation accord in the Eastern Mediterranean after a meeting between Libya's Prime Minister Abdulhamid Beibe and Turkish President Tayyip Erdogan in Ankara on Monday. Erdogan and Beibe, who were accompanied by a large delegation, oversaw the signing of 5 agreements, including concerning the construction of electricity plants in Libya. Erdogan, in a news conference, said the maritime accord signed between Turkey and Libya secures national interest and future of both countries. The two countries also agreed to take steps to facilitate the return of Turkish companies to complete stalled projects in the oil-rich North African nation. Erdogan further stated, Libyan Prime Minister Beibe said agreements between the two countries are based on a valid framework. Greece, which opposes the maritime agreement between Tripoli and Ankara, called for the accord to be cancelled as it reopened its embassy in Libya after 7 years. Russian Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov on Monday stressed the importance of settling the disputed Grand Ethiopian Renaissance Dam issue via political dialogue. Sergei Lavrov was in Cairo on Sunday for a 2-day visit. He met with Egypt's President Abdel Fattah el-Sisi before his talks with Foreign Minister Samuel Shoukry. Egypt and Sudan see the Ethiopian dam on the Nile River as a major threat if it is filled and operated without a legally binding agreement. Lavrov, in a televised press conference, said Moscow is convinced that a coordinated solution can be reached among the concerned parties over the GERD, which will ensure the legitimate interest of all parties and pave the road for comprehensive settlement for that issue. Lavrov said Russia was not invited to engage in the talks between Egypt, Sudan and Ethiopia, but Russia does support an African Union-led settlement to the years-long dispute. Still on the Ethiopia dam row, Ethiopia said that it has addressed all of the concerns Sudan had raised regarding its Grand Ethiopian Renaissance Dam on the Nile River as talk regarding its operation collapsed. Ethiopia's Ministry of Foreign Affairs, in a tweet on its official handle, said Ethiopia has addressed all of the concerns of Sudan on the dam as they are technical. Data exchange has been offered, and dam safety is an issue that's well taken care of by Ethiopia for its own safety in the first place. Who profits by Sudan's rejection of the filling of GERD? It's asked. The ministry questioned why Sudan should complain about the dam after loading it for years. The ministry also accused Egypt of failing to recognize Ethiopia's generosity and understanding. Sudan and Egypt have increasingly been making similar statements concerning the dam, that they see it as a threat to their share of the Nile River waters. Years of tripartite negotiation have failed to solve the dispute over the construction of the dam, which Egypt and Sudan fear would reduce their share of the Nile waters. In sports, Uganda's national football team captain and veteran goalkeeper Dennis Onyango on Monday announced his retirement from international football. In a tweet, Onyango said, "After much consideration, my family, managers and I decided it was my best interest to hang my gloves on my beloved Cranes." The 35-year-old made his international debut for Uganda on June 18, 2005 during the 2006 World Cup qualifying match against Cape Verde. Uganda won the game 1-0. He was named Cranes captain in April 27, following the retirement of veteran striker Geoffrey Massa. Onyango captained the Cranes to their 2017 Africa Cup of Nations in Gabon after 39 years. Finishing the qualification campaign by conceding only 2 goals, Onyango earned 83 international caps for the Cranes. He was Uganda's shot-stopper as the East African country qualified for its second consecutive AFCON finals in 2019. In 2016, he was named Africa-based Player of the Year by CAF. And that is Africa Now. For more updates, visit our website at www.tostvnetwork.com. Also follow and like our social media handles on Facebook, Twitter and Instagram. And remember to subscribe on YouTube. Do stay with us and enjoy more programs on TOS Television Network. My name is Adesuwa Osuyi. Thank you for watching.